Hi Libra, welcome back to Wandering Magic. This is going to be your February 2022 message for Sun, Moon, Rising Libra signs. All right. So the song that I heard was Sierra Crush. I think it's either her, I think it was her second album. She spells like an acronym for crush, and it's like, I got a crush on you. I love me some you. I was like, oh, okay. I was blushing a little bit. But you got intention, which is behind the mask. And then you have soulmates, which is 41. So someone could be 41, or the number 4 or 1 is significant to you. Maybe even the number 5. So like the 1st, the 5th, the 4th, 41 days, something like that. It could be ago or in the future. But there's something significant about that number. Don't overthink it. Just keep it in mind. You know, this is general. So whatever comes out, comes out. And I don't like to blatantly talk about love in general readings. And yet here we are with soulmates. So I'm just going to say it. Some of you have a crush on somebody. And you don't like know how to say it. You feel very connected to this person. And if you don't have a crush on someone, just stay with me, Libra, okay? But I have to get this one out, especially with Sierra's song Crush playing in my head. And then penguins are like, don't they mate forever? I should have looked that up, but I didn't. I think they do. I think seahorses do that too. Anyway, the reason you have a crush on someone and you feel very connected to them, and it's almost like behind the mask. So you don't know how to tell them. And the tarot is actually matching up with this too when I get to it in just a second. But you are manifesting this connection with Candle here. I feel like either you or them have been healing from something. Perhaps maybe you were in a situation where you're still getting over a past hurt. Or maybe the person you're crushing is recently hurt, and that's why you're hiding behind your mask. You're not telling them about this. But I feel like you want to. Because you feel very, you just feel very connected to them. You feel this strong urge to be like, hey, so I want you to be my boo. But you don't know how to say it. That's the one thing. The other message coming through is you kind of hiding behind who you are, what you're feeling, and not really being authentic. Maybe not with yourself, but I feel like more with the people around you. Because I don't know what it is. Like maybe you're afraid of judging them, but I feel like, and I'm just gonna, you know, you are trying to heal from something. You're focused on, maybe too focused on being behind your mask and not really revealing to others that you're struggling. Because you don't want people to worry about you with that soulmate card. You know, maybe people are worrying about you, but also connecting with your higher self, trying to get those answers. And then you have the 6 of Wands reverse, the 3 of Pentacles, and the 8 of Pentacles in reverse. So I feel like you're trying. You're really trying here, but I feel like there's a lot of times where you feel like this is mission impossible. Like, why isn't this working? Again, you don't want anybody to know. You're kind of like in hiding. You're kind of behind walls and doors, figuratively, of course. Or maybe when someone walks past, you're kind of hiding yourself. Which, if this goes back to your crush, you know, you're in hiding a little bit. You're not with the 6 of Wands upright. Like, hey, look at me. Let's walk into the sunset. Let's, you know, I'm seeing the horse and then the 2 people on the horse walking into the sunset. living happily ever after kind of thing. But you're like, no, like, I'm just going to stay in hiding a little bit longer. Like, I do see this working and I don't see this working. Like, it's weird. But it's like, I want to collaborate with you. For some of you, this is, I want to come back to you. But for others of you, this is like, I do want this to work, but I'm not sure if this is going to work. And again, if you're hiding who you are, if you're hiding your struggle from the people around you, this does not have to do with love. And this is all about self here. You're hiding that from the people around you. And it's really like teamwork makes the dream work. And you can't do this alone, because you're going to have periods of overwhelm, and you really need to express how you're feeling. Overall, no matter what your situation is, there's a sense of suffocation here. And again, in hiding, not really being comfortable with sharing whatever this is. It's like a secret. There's a secret here. But it's like, what are you hiding? And it's like, because this is coming up, it's almost as if you want it to reveal itself. You want the secret to come out. Be patient with yourself with this Temperance card. For some of you, this has to do with a Sagittarius. Doesn't have to be. Just throwing it out there. Somebody from your past. You know, an ex or a childhood friend, or someone you grew up with, like a sibling or a cousin, something like that. Like, this has to do with expressing how you actually feel about something or someone, and really being asked to take action on that with the Father of Wands, which is also the King of Wands. And so slowly, methodically doing this, finding balance in the imbalance. It's like knowing when the right time strikes. Like, strike when it's the right time, but when is the right time? You know? And I think that's what you're struggling with. I'm also getting like things from the past hindering you from actually doing this. Maybe like a bad experience that's just kind of like lingering around, that's not really allowing you to kind of exhale into this. There's a sense of control. If I keep this in hiding, no one's gonna know. It's my little secret. I have the control. So what? So what? There's an underlining fear here, though. So it's like you're telling yourself that, you know, you're putting on this brave face, but you know deep down inside that this needs to come out. So it's like, what's the delay? Like, what's the problem? What is it that's really keeping you in this mindset? Because I feel like this is more of a state of mind kind of thing. If I keep this to myself, if I keep this in my head, then nothing could go wrong. But like, what if something goes wrong? So what? Yeah, ultimately, you know, you have the Sun card in reverse, and look, there's Justice in reverse. It's actually got you you're a little spun out of whack here. You're emotionally imbalanced. You're trying to find the balance, Libra, but you're really not finding it. You're being asked to kind of just do it, just kind of go for it, just kind of see what happens. I think this has to do with vulnerability too. Being vulnerable and being honest with yourself, being vulnerable with your feelings, expressing yourself in a healthy way. Healthy communication, not aggressive communication. Watch your delivery. Watch your delivery. Libra, they got a sharp tongue. So just be careful with the delivery on what you want to say. Things can come out wrong, but this is why you're trying to find balance. And you remember the Temperance, you're trying to find balance, being patient with the process, finding balance. Your Libra is upside down. Your scales are not balanced. Emotional turmoil, taking control of your feelings and revealing what is unknown, because actually keeping it in is toxic, okay, with the Devil. So you're working on changing that. Knowing when the right time to strike is. So like, I know we talked a little bit about, you know, when is the right time. But it's not really, I don't think it has to do with time. I think it more so has to do with, again, when you say something and how you say it, like your delivery is very important. And that's kind of what I'm really getting here. The delivery is very important. So we have sacred stones and haunted house. So building relationships, banishing unfolded fears. Didn't I say there was like an underlining fear here? There's an underlining fear that you need to get rid of. And then building relationships. So to me, building relationships has a lot to do with communication, communicating, being vulnerable, being comfortable with expressing yourself and knowing how to do that effectively. How to do that effectively. Also with that song Crush, it could be like crushing what, well, first of all, crushing it is also killing it, right? Like I killed that, like I did that, right? Slang, I know. But also, I got like crushing the competition. And also, and for some of you, you'll know exactly what I mean, but I don't know what that means, right? You know, you'll know what it means if it's for you. But also like crushing, it's like I'd seen like a ball of paper crinkled up and like throwing it in the trash, because that's all the old stuff. So that could be you writing down things that no longer serve you, things that are bringing you down essentially, but you're getting rid of the old ways of doing things and finding better ways to operate and do things better, right? Communicating effectively. Compromise, recovery, and a year from now. So I feel like with this year from now, this is something that you've been thinking about for a while. And it's like, if you just keep prolonging this, it's only going to come back up eventually. So it's kind of like working your shit out now. Okay. I feel like with the recovery, you may need to kind of repair something. So like repairing a relationship. So if this does involve someone in the past or someone from your past, maybe you're not talking to them, repairing them, not repairing them. You can't fix people. So that's not what I meant by that. But like mending what was broken. Remember the crush thing? Okay. You crushed it. So maybe you got to uncrinkle that paper. Okay. And then compromise, working with them, having that conversation. Compromise doesn't happen when you're just talking to yourself. And of course, you know, you're finding the balance here, but it's like you have to find, you know, compromise, balance, and look at the scales, right? And then your card did come out, Libra. So doing what's right, doing what's just, doing what is going to, also what does a body good. So that may be another message for somebody. But this may also actually be like, not a physical hurt, but like, what do you call that? It's like debilitating. So this does need to come out, and it's like, just don't wait. Try not to. I feel like this card is like a year from now. Like, are you kidding me? Like, another year goes by and you're still sitting on this. Is what that feels like. Libra, this was a very that was interesting. If that was for you, you'll know. And that's all I'm gonna say about that. So watch your sun, moon, rising for any like layered messages. Like the video if this resonated with you. Comment, let me know, and follow me and all that jazz. Hope you enjoyed this, and I will see you next time. Take care. Bye.